We said that Kristi Noem needed to be sidelined, and we even put out a clip on it that turned out to be one of our more popular ones. Now the unthinkable has happened in her eyes. She's out and Mullin is in. Is this purely an accountability move for the Minnesota shootings, the ad fiasco? We'll get into that if you guys want, and internal chaos? Or is Trump also sending a message that no one is bigger than the border agenda and no one is bigger than Trump? Randy, let's get your thoughts first.
I'd say all the above. Look, I met Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem comes from a small state where she could pretty much do what she wants. She's a rough and tumble cowgirl type of person. Trump knew that going in. The president attracts some very interesting characters, and he attracts strong characters. But the problem is, what the president doesn't like, from what I can see, is dishonesty to or disloyalty to him. One thing I would say about the White House that I would improve in the Office of Personnel Management is just friggin' do your research on people beforehand. Get them up and down, know what you're getting into. This is a woman who was a governor, and governors, they're always, running. I think she ran for the presidency, I think at one point. She has her own way. I thought the cowgirl stuff and her fancy suits that she wore and the hats that she wore, I thought it was amateurish. I thought it would really put down the position. It sort of belittled the position. Sometimes in that position, you don't want to. She put herself out in front, and I think as Senator John Kennedy just recently said, you had this $220 million campaign. It was really about you. It was boosting your image. Her on a on a horse and everything. What the hell? I mean, come on. We're trying to get people who are in this country out of the country. We don't want unnecessary attention seeking people. Kristi Noem is an attention seeking person. Donald Trump knew that. He sort of liked that about her. I don't say chickens coming home to roost, but when you put your faith in people like this who are out there, who are fighters, they're going to sometimes not go according to the game plan. I just want to mention one thing though. That was a setup. It was a setup. Her speaking before the Senate and the Republican senators questioning her was a setup. That was
Really?
in, that was intentional. It was intentional when they brought up her affair. It was all intentional. It was an
Why?
yeah, I think it was intentional to get her out quickly. Her husband was sitting right behind her. She didn't mention anything about and she tried to poo-poo the affair. That was intentional. I don't say that's what we do in politics, but when we want to get one of our own out, that's sort of the things you do. That was definitely a setup. President Trump has been thinking about this for a while. She played her hand. She played it the wrong way. She played it with her chief of staff, who I don't know how the hell that guy's still standing.
Corey
People brought it.
Lewandowski, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. People brought affairs up. They do that when they really try to belittle you. So look, Donald Trump then says, "Okay, you're fired, but we're going to give you this other role." He should have said, "I'm going to put her in this other role. I'm bringing somebody else in." So everybody knew he was firing her. Why did he fire? I don't think he fired her because of the two deaths. I think he truly fired her because her personality was bigger than the position.
Exactly. Now, it's for the audience out there, what Randy is referring to, it was a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing that took place, and she faced bipartisan grilling, which goes in hand with Randy saying she was set up. The plot was a $220 million ad campaign. I saw her commercials. Sure enough, beautiful shot of the scenery. And for the first one third of the commercial, it's her and a horse riding along. And it's clearly done from Kristi Noem, candidate, president, 2020.
Exactly.
This also drew issues because it was DHS used emergency powers to steer the large contracts to a firm tied to one of her staunch allies that helped get her elected for governor, adding more fuel to the fire. Bouncing off what Randy said, did Trump cut Noem loose because she was putting herself ahead of Trump and immigration with the ad blitz, or because she piled up too many self-inflicted wounds?
I think Trump could overlook all the little missteps, the Minnesota shootings and all that. When she became the story over deportations and enforcing immigration law, that's just a bridge too far. All of the other stuff put aside, if you're doing the job, who cares? Until you become the story, now you endanger the mission. You don't want to be the story, just do your job. And I think that's why, in the end, none of these little things matter. Trump was just trying to say, look, you're becoming the story. We got to stop this. Now, he gave an equally prestigious, or in my views, looks equally prestigious, the Shield of America's job. That is still a high profile position. It's just we got to shuffle because We can't be talking about Kristi Noem. We got to be talking about deporting illegal immigrants and keeping our country safe.
The British have a term, putting somebody out to Coventry, which means you send them out to some position where they can do a little harm. But you're right. Trump's very loyal to people. And my understanding is they know about this affair for years. My understanding it was going on for a while, but to bring it up on top of everything else,
By a
just so God give
Republican.
him. I think Trump really likes Kristi Noem. He was calling around Congress and the Senate, asking as to whether
What to
he should
do.
fire her. Like G was saying, she got bigger than this. She got bigger than the mission. He's still keeping her on the team, as you guys said. And Trump always starts out with a person, then he builds a organization around them. So it looks like it'll be a substantive position too.
Hey everybody, this is William Del Pilar, founder of Grumblings Media, and I want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our all-volunteer efforts at Grumblings Media, smash the subscribe button right here. 100% free, and please consume and share our great content. Click either one of these two boxes for more of our work.